A lioness dares to strike a baby elephant, only to face the full fury of a mother's love. What happened next stunned even the ranger who witnessed it. What would you have done in that moment? Tell us in the comments below, in the golden cradle of the African savanna, where heat shimmers in waves and time moves to the unspoken rhythm of nature. The world unfolds in quiet majesty. Vast and untamed, this land is painted with the colors of survival. Rusty dust, golden grass, and the deep, patient green of acacia trees. Herds of impala ripple across the plain like spilled ink. Giraffes browse lazily on thorny treetops. And, far in the distance, a dust plume tells of elephants on the move. Among them, towering and resolute, is Nia, matriarch of one of the region's oldest elephant herds. With her vast ears fanned wide and tusks weathered by time, she leads with quiet power and deep memory. Her every step speaks of trials endured and dangers past. At her flank ambles Tula, her calf, a creature barely a year old with oversized ears and a trunk she hasn't yet learned to master. Her world is full of wonder. Every beetle is a marvel. Every rustling bush, a mystery. Her tiny feet stumble through the grass, chasing butterflies and mimicking her mother's trumpet. On this sunlit morning, Tula's curiosity gets the better of her. Enchanted by a flickering flock of guinea fowl, she wanders farther than she should, her playful squeaks echoing softly through the plain. But in the wild, a single moment of distraction is all that's needed for everything to change. Hidden within, the undulating grass is a lone shadow, a shape molded by hunger. It is Nia's greatest fear, a predator, lurking where her calf now explores. The lioness, once part of a pride, now lives on the margins, exiled, gaunt, ribs visible beneath her golden coat. She moves like a whisper across the earth. Her amber eyes lock on Tula. Ordinarily, a lioness would never dream of attacking an elephant, even a calf. But desperation rewrites the rules. Her belly is empty, her energy waning. Her instincts scream at her. She crouches low, her muscles coiled like rope, tail twitching in the grass. The calf is alone, small, vulnerable. The lioness begins her stalk. Step by step, silent as falling dusk, she draws closer. The only sound is the whisper of wind and the beat of her heart. Then she leaps. The attack is sudden, violent. Tula's trumpet becomes a shriek of terror, a high-pitched, piercing cry that cuts through the air like a siren. Her small legs flail as the lioness crashes into her side, claws sinking into tender flesh. But this cry does more than call out in fear. It summons the fury of a mother. From across the savanna, Nia halts mid-step. Her eyes sharpen. Her massive ears rise, catching the direction of the scream. In that instant, something ancient awakens within her, a fire older than time, a surge of pure, unfiltered instinct. She charges. The ground trembles beneath her as she barrels through the tall grass, dust rising in great clouds behind her. The rest of the herd responds as one, trumpeting, stomping, forming a protective wall. But Nia breaks ahead. As she emerges into the clearing, she sees them. Her daughter beneath the weight of a lioness struggling, and without hesitation, she strikes. The lioness barely has time to react. Nia crashes into her with the force of a boulder, flinging her across the clearing. Tula rolls aside, yelping in fear, her side bloodied, but breathing. The lioness tries to rise, dazed, wounded, but Nia is on her with terrifying precision. The matriarch wraps her muscular trunk around the lioness's body. There is no question of her strength. The lioness kicks and snarls, but it's like struggling against the sky. Then, in a moment as surreal as it is breathtaking, Nia lifts the lioness high into the air. Suspended above the savanna, legs thrashing, the lioness is utterly at the mercy of the mother she dared to cross. The herd surrounds them, tusks lowered. Trumpets rise like thunder. It is not just a show of strength, it is a verdict. Not far away, stationed in a small outpost tucked beneath the canopy of mopane trees, Ranger Eli Mail sips his morning tea. He has patrolled this region for over 16 years, walking alongside zebras and shadowing lions, witnessing both the tender and the terrible. But today, the sound that reaches his ears is neither common nor casual. It is a thunderous, guttural bellow, followed by a series of urgent trumpets, and a haunting wail. He stands at once. Grabbing his field kit and binoculars, he mounts his motorbike and speeds across the dirt tracks, the wind pulling at his khaki. Shirtbirds scatter in his wake. As he nears a ridge, he hears it more clearly, the clash of titans, the tremble of ancient fear. He kills the engine and proceeds on foot, heart pounding. Then, as he crests the hill, he sees it. In the clearing, surrounded by dust and chaos, Nia has lifted the lioness high into the air. Her powerful trunk is coiled tightly around the lioness's midsection. The great mother elephant's eyes burn with a primal fire. Around her, the herd stands guard, ears flared, trunk swaying in tense rhythm. Tula lies nearby, trembling, blood on her side, and beneath them all the drama of the wild is carved into the soil. Eli steps forward slowly, hands open. He does not call out, not yet. He respects this moment. He respects her. "Nia," he says gently, his voice low and measured. "Easy now, girl, it's done." Her ears flick. Her gaze shifts toward him, piercing, wary. For a moment it seems she may finish what she started. The lioness, still struggling weakly, groans under the crushing pressure of her grip. But then something changes. Perhaps it is recognition. Perhaps memory. Eli had watched over her for years, protected her from poachers, helped track her herd when drought drove them close to peril. Perhaps she knows him not by name, but by presence. With a final snort, she lowers the lioness. The predator crumples to the ground, coughing, barely conscious. Eli approaches, speaking softly, his every movement deliberate. He kneels beside the lioness. Her ribs expand shallowly. She's bleeding, but alive. He radios for backup. Behind him, Nia turns to Tula, nudging her gently. The calf rises with a whimper, leaning heavily against her mother. Nia wraps her trunk protectively around the calf's back, and in a moment of quiet grace leads her away. The herd follows. The drama fades into the golden horizon. The lioness is sedated and transported to a nearby wildlife rehabilitation center. Her wounds are deep, but not fatal. With careful treatment, she will live. Tula is checked from a distance, though scratched and shaken, she bears no lasting harm. What she gains, however, is something deeper, a memory that will shape her future instincts. From that day forward, she rarely strays more than a few feet from her mother's side. Eli returns to the site many times, noting the tracks, studying the patterns left in the earth, the lioness's paw prints, the churned dust from Nia's charge, the faint imprint of Tula's collapse. Each print is a story, each scar, a lesson. In the heart of the savannah, the lines between predator and prey are drawn in sand. But sometimes, just sometimes, the wild surprises us. Nia had the power to destroy, she had every reason to. But she chose restraint. Eli could have intervened too soon or too late, but he arrived at exactly the moment needed. And the lioness, though driven by hunger, learned the cost of misjudging the strength of a mother's love. Here, beneath the boundless African sky, this tale becomes more than just a confrontation. It is a testament to instinct, to mercy, and to the fragile balance of life in the wild. Tula will grow. She will remember. And one day, when she becomes a matriarch herself, she will carry this memory in her bones, of the day her mother lifted a lion into the air, and then let her go. In the vast wilderness of the savannah, we witnessed something truly extraordinary. Not just the fury of a mother elephant protecting her calf, but the moment she chose mercy over vengeance. Though she had the power to end a life, she chose to spare it. In that quiet decision, the wild taught us something deeply profound. The lesson is simple, yet timeless. True strength is not only in muscle or might, but in compassion. Even in nature's harshest moments, there is room for restraint, for grace. As Tula heals and the lioness recovers, we are reminded that every creature plays a role in the delicate balance of life. And sometimes the most powerful moments are not battles, but the ones where nature chooses peace. If this story moved you, if it made you pause and feel the heartbeat of the wild, then give it a like, subscribe to our channel, and join us. For more unforgettable stories from the natural world, let nature's voice echo, and let us be the ones who truly listen.